considered as a threat to the caliphate, their sultan, their emir, and the rest of them. And this was actually Lugard's creation, Boko Haram, that you are hearing today. It's the word for book is a sin. Western education is a sin. Can you even believe that? That the British, who brought Western education into the southern Nigeria, and they were the same people that were promoting Western education is haram. Western education is haram in northern Nigeria. And that was the origin, the origin of Boko, book, is haram. And when Boko Haram started their reign of terror in Nigeria, they specifically targeted educational institutions and any sort of establishment that is involved in education, enlightenment, and what have you. Theirs was to go there, burn the place down, and kidnap and kill as many people as they can. That was their campaign. No education in northern Nigeria, no Western education, only Quranic education. You see, Boko Haram that was carrying gun under Goodluck Egbere Jonathan, they were delivering the first part of the message of their sponsor, who finally found a home inside APC, Egbekegbe. And just for a little bit of a flashback, when these strange bedfellows, when they were coming together to form this terrorist group called the Al-Qaeda People's Congress, APC, Egbekegbe as a political party in Nigeria, the jihadist group who have been trying to take over the government of Nigeria for 12 straight years, but failed. I am talking about a CPC. So they came on and they brought Bukuwari. And you see, another kleptomaniac, drug dealer, who has been looking for a chance, an opportunity for him to be able to also benefit from the immunity from prosecution for all of his crimes, including drug dealing, drug smuggling, and money laundering. His aim is, once you become the president of Nigeria, even if you are a murderer, a genocidist, it doesn't matter what anybody says, it will help you to keep all that you have managed to, corruptly acquire for yourself. A kleptomaniac needs a protection, lifetime protection for all his loot. A jihadist terrorist needed the power to further advance their campaign of jihad under a pretense called democracy. But they couldn't. They could not muster the number. The kleptomaniacs and the career criminals, they too couldn't muster enough number. Then the disgruntled, established people destroying people, ongoing disillusioned, power drunk criminals, PDP. They shall find, these strange bedfellows shall find themselves, and they formed a political party, which is actually a cult, a mixture of the terrorist sponsors, sympathizers, thieves, treasury looters, and dream killers, and on like that. These strange bedfellows, they now formed a cult-like political party called Al-Qaeda People's Congress, APC, Egbekegbe. So when the power sharing arrangement came to be, the jihadists, they got the biggest cake, the CPC. The kleptomania career criminals, the druggies, they got the number 2 share, vice president. And in fact, when they wanted to deceive the gullibles that they will later kill, or render homeless, or push into the poverty basket, when they wanted to deceive them, they said, listen, you are already facing 2 wars in Nigeria. The first one is that of the Boko Haram that want to Islamize Nigeria. The second one is that of the Lagos Ibadan media, led by Tifnumbu and his camp to propagate enough propaganda that could make the two combo fear. All the preaching was about fear. If you don't give us power, Boko Haram will take over this country. Oh. They will kill everybody. Oh. If you don't give us power, good luck. Jonathan will loot all the money. Oh. All his friends will loot all the money. Oh. All of you will be poor. Oh. So the whole thing worked in their favor, and the gullible Nigerians, they started bleating like a man. Change, 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 change. The terrorists got the power, and they told the people, they said, Boko Haram was going to fight terrorism physically, and Pastor Ruga was going to fight insecurity spiritually, at the physical, at the spiritual. Nigeria ended up as the poverty capital of the world. Nigerians, they became the second most terrorized people in the world. A country they told us is not at war, but we have over 10 million displaced people who are currently scattered all over the country. And it's not just in northern Nigeria, in case if you don't know. The people of Bakassi, near Cameroon, Calabar, Akwa Ibom, they have also been burying their dead. But Nigeria didn't tell you. Maybe it's because it is what it is, right? Until it happens to you. So now let's now push it a little bit forward. Then they took the power. Instead of fighting terrorists physically and spiritually, they started negotiating with them. They started asking Nigerians to choose your life or your land. Where was this? Where is this coming from? This wasn't the deal. Well, it is the deal now. They started telling us about repentant terrorists. They were even celebrating their graduation. Baba, they were telling us that over 240,000 repentant terrorists have repented. We all know that there is no repentant terrorist. Any repentant terrorist is a dead terrorist. There is no living repentant terrorist, except in Nigeria. So, these terrorists have so much free hand that I wouldn't like to bore you with this, right? Then the terrorists sponsor their own 8 years lapsed. The drug dealers, money launderers, propagandists, career criminals, the ACN of APC. It is now their turn. Now, in their own turn, they don't have any intention of changing the business as usual. They just want to be part of the business. Period. The terrorists that surrendered and repented in Nigeria, I mean, come on. I don't think ISIS in Syria and Iraq, I don't think 250,000 of them that either repented or killed when the end of ISIL came. I don't think a lot of you would deny that that was very significant, and it brought to the end the campaign of ISIL that we were bored with, bombarded with on social media, on our TV. If they are not beheading, they are stoning somebody to death, or they are lashing somebody in the name of Sharia. But the day that the chunk of them came under the attack of the American missiles, that day, head-on, was the end of the significance of the ISIL. But they said they all relocated to Africa, Nigeria to be precise. And it is only in Nigeria that 240,000 repentant terrorists repented. Rather than for the terrorism to subsided, it escalated because it's all fluke. The campaign is a jihad If Tinubu want to make his own money, no matter how much they can make, their intention is not to stop the jihad. Okay? Their intention is to profit from it. And one of these days, their own 8 years will end. If Nigeria still exists, it is none of their business. And that is why the same modus operandi, the same way things are being done, the same kidnapping style, the same increased attacking style. I am talking about the same way the security agents in Nigeria neglect the attacks on different communities when those attacks are taking place. It's the same thing that has been happening, or should I say, ongoing under Tifnumbu. Nothing concerned Tifnumbu about bringing peace to the eastern Nigeria or western Nigeria or northern Nigeria. No. They would rather profit from it. Nigeria will need more weapons, especially if the terrorists continue to kill people, invade their schools, kidnap students, kidnap children. So how do you think they would fund or increase your defense fund before this rogue came in? I mean, I remember the Nigeria budget under Goodluck Ebele Jonathan was 15 trillion. I mean, sorry, before Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, the Nigerian budget was 7 trillion in 2008. And the defense budget for Nigeria in 2008 was somewhere around 600 billion naira. But you see, by the time Jonathan was done or about to round up, and the terrorism initiated by APC, was at its highest, they were milking it. Nigeria was spending about 15 trillion naira as national budget and more than 2 trillion naira on defense. Then Boko Haram came in. Nigeria started spending over 5 trillion on defense weapon. Most of the money ended up in private pocket of your service chiefs. Buratai is a multi-billionaire. He is protected. The people that he was supposed to keep safe under the threats or from the threat of the terrorists in Nigeria, they are living in IDP camp. Their own chief of army staff, Buratai the butcher, lives in the palace. So the money keeps increasing as the budget, as the defense budget in Nigeria keeps increasing, so is the terrorism. So it is an industry, a very huge one, at a very great cost of human lives, precious lives of the people that they told are Nigerians and are supposed to be safe in their country, but they are not. You are not. So when they attack this community, this school, I can show you all the video of the gunshot. Some of you possibly have seen them. But I can show you briefly the few reactions that followed. And the people actually demanded for the military to leave their area. What are you doing here? I mean, get out of here. Like, you are here. Our children got attacked. 18 of them got slaughtered on their own school campus. About people were running. Oh dear. Have you seen the video? I really do wish I could show you. But the most I could do is to remove the sound so that we don't get told to possibly remove the entire video. So that's why I didn't add it. About people were running. Gunmen. Fulani terrorists. On their bike, on their foot, on their feet, Baba, they were shooting straight into the crowd. It was war unleashed on this school community. I mean, they've done it many times. There were so many other students I remember the student of University of Shena Zamfara also, Gusau University, where they kidnapped 17 students, most of them young ladies, subjected them to different inhumane treatment that you can think of. And they were there with them for months. I don't know if they have actually released them till now. or going into the school or campus community, shooting Nigeria like that. I have another question, though, and this question is for those of you that are calling yourselves big boys, hot boys, Aye, Ake, Lord, and the rest of you. I mean, when terrorists like this come to your schools, do you also run like others and hide? Or you just bring yourselves out and say, listen, they have gun, we have guns. They've got machetes, we've got machetes. We will cut them off. Have you ever thought about that? Those of you who are cultists, in some of the communities where these terrorists have gained so much influence and control, or you can only oppress those who do not have any gun like you. Because I do ask people, I say, Nigeria is a place where a lot of people will be telling you to watch your mouth. Be very careful. You know that all these, you have to watch your mouth. Don't go and offend the Jews, I mean, the court boys. So don't go and offend number 2. But majority of you are just pure cowards. You are as useless as those who are asserting authority on the powerless people too. Una too like all these, what do you call it? This massive, oppressive appearance. Did you ever call yourselves and be like, come, all of us who are cultists of Plateau State, we are going to form a ring. We're going to put into this invasion here and there. Like, bring yourselves out like you do come out, and a lot of people will begin to hide from you or run away from you because all of you are coming out flying your color, flying your chest, carrying some guns, high on drug, drunk as fish. You know, all of that show off. Edo cultists. The news of the Fulani attacks in Edo State, subjecting your mothers, your fathers to some horrible experiences, including killing them. Ajua, who got you, and all of this is. Do you ever kind of like come together and be like, "Come on, wait to how we go date this place?" Some Fulani terrorists go come here, come they molest our mothers. Call all of yourself, call all the houses and say, oh yeah, bring all your best sharpshooters. But you won't do it. No, be so? You won't. It's like the Nigerian military, Nigerian police. They don't go to people with guns. No, they don't. They will ask you, how many guns did they have? They have many guns. Oh. About 50 AK-40. 50! AK-40, how many are they? The last count, they are like about 400. 400! Are they Fulani? Yes, they are Fulani. You count 50 guns. They always have more than 50. Oh. But officer, you are a police officer. Let us go and... No. I am not trained to face that kind of people. Is that what you say to yourself? Oh, we are not trained to face this kind of people. We are only trained to oppress those that will see us and run because they have nothing to actually fight back. Let's go to that Bokos quickly.
Mona block am. Ba wani ambulance zamu kawo shi akai. Akai zamu kawo shi ko mona just block road. Na ora people go.
Block road, nobody go pass.
Soldier must go. We no go green. Soldier must go.
We no go green. Soldier must go. We no go green. Soldier must go. We no go green. Soldier must go. We no go green. Soldier must go. We no go green. Soldier must go. We no go green. Soldier must go. We no go green. Soldier must go. We no go green. Soldier must go. We no go green. Soldier must go. We no go green. Soldier must go. We no go green. Soldier must go. We no go green. Soldier must go. We no go green. Soldier must go. We no go green. Soldier must go. We no go green. We no go green.
That's the most I could put together. Others were really bloody. Dead bodies were being carried in protest. Let's go use the bodies to block the road. We don't want soldiers here anymore. When all these attacks were taking place, all of them at different roadblocks they put around the area. Not a single one of them responded. And did you see them in that crowd as well, where they are being shush out of their community? What are you doing here? Like, why are you here? Exactly. What are you doing here? Until it happens next. Everybody's on their own. The attackers, who saw them? Who possibly caught them or have them cornered? Nobody is after them. Make all of them go cry your cry. Go protest your protest. We'll come back another day and do it again. And then they will tell you, the government is working very well to ensure, and the government is doing everything. And now Nigerians are very happy because they can see the results. They can see the results, the improved security, the improved economy, the improved And then the next thing you see a lot of people either kidnapped or killed. And then they will change it. No, some people who are trying to embarrass him. It's all about them. It's all about their ego. It's never about the people. They never take responsibility. Nobody will. Nobody will. And that is why I will always remind you, from wherever you have a chance of seeing my video, as long as you are in that Nigeria, you are close to it done. You probably understand. Even though, yes, you are there, of course. You have survived yesterday. Those ones killed there now, they didn't survive it. They survived yesterday, today, they are gone. It is not the will of God. Don't let anybody say, once it happens, maybe it's the will of God. There is no will of God in all of this madness. It is a campaign of blood, a campaign of terror, and it is state-sponsored. Those who are sponsoring the terrorism in Nigeria, they are the same people making decisions for Nigeria. Because I believe that if you are by any chance given protection to terrorists.